Hi guys, if you're new here, I'm Emily. This is Wavy Hair Care, my YouTube channel. I also have wavyhaircare.com, which is my blog that has way more content about wavy hair. This video is going to be all about the tips and tricks that I use to help my hair dry faster when I am styling it wavy. Whether that's following the curly girl method, the wavy girl method, or whatever method I happen to be using that day. And I thought of this one just when thinking about like problem solving wavy hair, because that's like a lot of the questions that I get asked is like different, how do I solve this, or how can I make this easier? And when thinking about my own kind of like pain points about my wavy hair, the biggest thing for me is drying time. I thought my hair was straight for years, and I used to just use shampoo, rinse out conditioner, and then I would leave my hair wet until it naturally dried most of the time. I rarely blow dried it. So although it took forever for my hair to air dry, I wasn't like actively doing anything as it was drying, and so it felt like there was almost no effort involved with my routine after I got out of the shower. It was just brushing it and that was it. So it was a big transition for me to have to spend an hour or so doing my hair after the shower when I first started the curly girl method. And if that sounds like a really long time to you, you might not have hair that is as dense as mine. My hair is dense, so it takes like, it can take over an hour, but at least like 40 minutes to diffuse it. And when I was new to the curly girl method, it was more like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, something like that, to diffuse it. And that was really boring for me. I did not like spending all of that time diffusing. And even now, I guess I still wish that I like could magically make it even less. Some of that is just unavoidable, but I have learned several things that have allowed me to take my diffusing time from like an hour and 20 minutes down to maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And so for those of you who also have hair that takes forever to dry, even when diffusing it, this video is for you because I'm giving you all of my tips and tricks to minimize your drying time. I'm going to be listing these as much as possible in the order that I do them. So the first thing that I do as soon as I step out of the shower, or back when I had like a full-size tub, I used to actually do this in the shower, is to scrunch my hair after turning the water off and to squeeze pretty hard to try to essentially wring water out of my hair right then and there. That would just essentially look like doing this and then just squeezing and doing that all over my head, sometimes multiple times, just trying to get excess water out. The second thing that I do is I plop. And if you're not familiar with plopping, that sounds like a made-up word because it is. I don't know where it came from. It's popular in the wavy and curly community, but I have entire videos and multiple blog posts about plopping, including a tutorial of how to do it. But essentially it is putting your hair in a t-shirt or a towel briefly while not disrupting your waves and curls to speed up the drying time. I have found that plopping for 10 to 15 minutes is my personal sweet spot. Yours might vary. So it takes 10 to 15 minutes to do that, but I am able to do other things during that time. Like my hair is just sitting in a towel, so I don't really count that as like active time in my drying routine because I'm not like stuck there bored just doing my hair. But I think that if I spend 10 minutes plopping, it saves me more than 10 minutes of diffusing. Third is once I take my hair out of the plop, if it feels like there is still like more water than I'm used to, and I guess what I'm used to is like something I've had to learn through experience, I microplop. And that is essentially using the t-shirt or towel to scrunch my hair, and that removes excess water as well. Or sometimes I do this after adding my gel or my mousse, but usually not. Some people who don't like plopping or feel like plopping disrupts their curl clumps or causes them other problems will microplop exclusively in place of plopping. So it can be an either or thing if you find that one works better for you than the other. Next is diffusing. So if you're really new to this, maybe you haven't even heard of diffusing. So diffusing is when you use a blow dryer with a diffuser attachment on it. It kind of looks like a weird circle-y prong thing most of the time. It just attaches onto your blow dryer. A lot of blow dryers come with them, but not all. It is designed for people with wavy and curly hair, and it disperses the air from your blow dryer out a little bit more so that it's less powerful because it's more dispersed, and it can just kind of cover more area. And so you like scoop your hair up into it, and it helps your waves or curls dry without like blowing your hair straight or adding too much frizz. So if you've been just air drying, diffusing can be by far the best way to speed up your drying time. Diffusing can be amazing. But if you're already diffusing, you might be able to speed that up even more by a couple of different methods. One of those would be to increase the heat or the speed setting that you are using your hair dryer on. A whole lot of content out there, especially for the curly girl method, will tell you that you can't use any heat at all, that you can only use low speed, or that you can only use low heat, not hot, like medium or high heat. And so I'm not like a chemical expert of at what temperature can hair be damaged, right? So take this with a grain of salt for sure. But when I got the Dyson, if you're not familiar with the Dyson, it is a high-end hair dryer that is really popular with people in the wavy and curly hair community, and like a lot of like curl specialists use it in their salons. And one of the reasons why I was so interested in it is that it is said to really reduce your drying time. And I guess I thought it did that without using more heat. But I have found that the low heat setting on a Dyson is like equivalent to high or maybe even higher than the high heat on the old blow dryers that I had owned. So to me, it seems that a good portion of why the Dyson dries hair faster is because it's hot. Even though I generally only use it on low heat, I still have to hit the cool shot button very frequently. Like almost half of the time that I'm drying my hair, I have that cool spot button, because just consistently using the low heat like feels like it's gonna burn my scalp. So that has led me to wonder if perhaps a solution to getting your hair to dry faster without buying the Dyson or other expensive hair dryers is just to use a higher setting on a cheaper hair dryer. I don't know, maybe there really is some magic to the Dyson that allows it to feel hotter without damaging your hair or something. I think they do claim that. I don't really understand that. It seems kind of made up to me, but maybe I just don't have the expertise to understand that. It's certainly possible. But if you want to use higher heat, you can always use a heat protectant product. There are Curly Girl Method approved heat protectant products out there. And so that is something to consider, is whether you're open to using higher heat, even though it's somewhat against the rules of the Curly Girl Method, to save you some time. And even if you are open to higher heat, you can use higher speed. The risk with higher speed is that then the air will come out more forcefully, and so that could result in frizz, or it could disrupt your curl clumps. But it's certainly something you can at least experiment with to see if using a stronger force on your hair dryer really does cause you a level of frizz that bothers you, or if it really does disrupt your curl clumps, or if that is something that works for you. Those are the things that I do regularly to reduce my drying time as much as I reasonably can. However, there are a couple of other things that I did want to comment on that are possibilities that might work for you, even though they're not things that I personally utilize or don't regularly utilize, at least. So one of those is using less gel or mousse. My hair is very loosely wavy. It is fine and it is lower porosity. So I find that using a lot of gel or a lot of mousse that has hard hold and getting a cast is really key for me getting a good cast so that I get good results. So for me, using less product just messes with my results too much to feel worth it. However, if you are somebody who has a curl pattern that is a little bit more durable and you don't see a significant difference in your results if you use a little bit less gel or a little bit less mousse, that is definitely something that can reduce your drying time. Because on the days where I don't style my hair wavy and I just shower and blow dry, I definitely can blow dry even if I use diffuse my hair a lot faster if it doesn't have gel in it or mousse in it. So that's something to consider. Another thing that I wanted to point out is a piece of advice that I have read in various places on the internet, is that if you use a hairspray before you diffuse, that can reduce your drying time. And when I had my hair cut by a curl specialist, she commented that my hair was dense and would probably take forever to dry, and so she was going to use hairspray to help speed it along. And I thought that was a really interesting idea, and so I wanted to see how much it really helped. Decided to run an experiment where I tried to do my hair exactly the same way on 2 different wash days, as far as using the same shampoo, conditioner, the same gel, including the same amount of gel, applying it the same way, plopping for the exact same length of time, diffusing with the same diffuser on the same settings, etc. Trying to be as sciencey about it as I could, but with making one change, and that change being one time I didn't use hairspray and one time I did, and I saw no measurable difference in how quickly my hair dried. So my experience from that experiment was that while people say that hairspray helps your hair dry, that it doesn't actually seem to do that, at least for me. Maybe it varies by hairspray or something, but I don't know. I'm not sure that there's any evidence to that, but again, maybe it varies by hair type or something. So maybe that's something that you want to experiment with and see if that works for you. Last but not least, something to consider is your curl clump size. Don't brush style or do anything specific most of the time to try to get big curl clumps or skinny curl clumps. I just kind of scrunch my hair and let it be what it is. And so some days I get bigger curl clumps than others. I don't overthink it most of the time. However, if you are doing things like brush styling or sectioning your hair to get a certain size of curl clump, then something to consider is whether curl clump size is more important to you or drying time, because skinnier curl clumps will definitely dry more quickly. If you find that when you're styling your hair, you get really big clumps naturally and you would prefer your hair to dry faster, you can intentionally break up your curl clumps through scrunching or dividing them with a comb, or however you wish to break them up. But if you let your curl clumps be skinnier before you start diffusing, that will definitely help your hair dry faster. I unintentionally lied. I just thought of one last thing that I wanted to add to this. So the last thing is, sometimes people talk about how they can't stand diffusing for the full amount of time, like from wet all the way until dry. And so they want to partially diffuse and partially air dry. And sometimes people do that by air drying first and then diffusing second. And my advice would be, if you want to do both, diffuse first, because I have always found that if I let my hair stay wet for a while and then diffuse, it will stay wet seemingly forever, like at least a few hours, before it seems to start getting anywhere close to dry. Whereas if I diffuse, even just for 10 minutes, my hair will start to feel like a little bit more dry than it did before I diffused it. Also, if you start diffusing earlier, you will preserve like a tighter curl pattern and more volume versus letting it air dry first, because if you let it air dry while it's really wet, your hair is going to be a lot heavier from having all that water. So if you can get kind of like the bulk of that water out through even like 10 minutes of diffusing, that will give you more voluminous and tighter results. Okay, I think that is everything that I had to share with you on tips and tricks for getting your hair to dry faster. If you are somebody who has hair that takes forever to dry, feel free to leave a comment telling me how long you diffuse for, or how long your hair takes to air dry, if you even can air dry, because I think it's so fascinating just to see how different people's hair, the amount of time it can take to dry really varies so dramatically. It's incredible to me. And of course, if you have like tips or tricks that work for you to help your hair dry faster, I would love to hear them. See you guys next time.